All right, and we are live. How is everybody doing tonight on this if you're in my part of the country, a sweltering Thursday? I hope everybody's doing good. Let me see who I got with me here so far. Looks like we got RJ's here with us so far. We got last Sunday was your birthday. Well, happy belated birthday, RJ. We got Justin here with us. What's up? We got Tony here with us tonight. How you doing, sir? We got Witch Hunter here with us. Nescafe is here with us as well. Thank y'all for being here. My buddy Horror Orman's here with us tonight. How you doing, sir? Scratch Burno is here with us. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Much appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and bring on tonight's panel. We've got a lot to discuss. So without further ado, my first guest tonight, he's a ghost. Some say he's a ghost with the most. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. It's the Daily Ghost. How you doing, man?
What's going on, Piz? Good to see you.
Good to see you. And right at the time when the Once Bitten poster popped up back there.
Oh yeah.
Love that movie. Well, I still love that movie. So
yeah, it's a good one. It's funny. I'm actually putting together a little audio show of like songs from soundtracks, and I just added. I can't remember the name of the song right now, but it was like the main hit from the Once Bitten.
From when they're dancing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, that was good timing.
Oh man, that and Lauren Hutton, she could bite me anytime.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I gotta catch up.
Yeah, it's a fun one for sure. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, Ghost. Hope everything's doing good, going well for you.
Yes, yeah, things are going good for the most part. It's just good to be here again.
Yeah. Well, always a pleasure to have you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also joining me tonight, we have got Swaggy G. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How are y'all?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Excellent. Thanks for streaming tonight.
Yeah. We were supposed to do this last Thursday. So here's what happened. Some of you might find this amusing. I had a very busy work day. I came home thinking, let me take a power nap here before the stream starts. I slept through my alarm. I woke up and it was like 9:30 and I'd completely forgotten about the show. Well, later that night, I look on my computer and I go, holy crap, it's Thursday. I completely missed that stream. I didn't realize it was after midnight. So yes, it is technically Thursday. So I wrote this message on Patreon. Sorry, guys, I totally blew it. Blah, blah, blah. And like nobody said anything. Nobody said, dude, tonight's Thursday. And that whole day, it was later that day, I realized, wait a minute. Today's Thursday. Like that was my mind last week. That's where my mind was last week. I was just wild week last week, not enough sleep. And that happens. That's actually the second time in my life I've done that. I took a nap one time and I woke up and it was like 8:30 and I was supposed to be up early. And I went, oh my God, I've overslept. I get up, I put my jeans on, I'm getting ready. Then I realized, wait a minute, what? Oh, it's 8:30 p.m. I got to stop taking naps. It's like I wake up in a completely different universe after a nap. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't know what time it is. I got to stop taking naps.
That's why I hate naps. They're so disorienting. No matter what time of day you wake up from it, it's like, what planet am I on?
I'm the other way, man. I love naps. I could take a 45-minute nap to a 2-hour nap. I don't care.
I love naps too. The older I get, the more I take them. But at the same time, it's like I wake up from them and I don't know where I'm at. I'm like an old man, like, yeah.
That's quality sleep right there. That's
I guess I got to stop. I got to stop down in that booze before I take a nap. I guess I don't know.
Hey man, you can't argue with the body if it's got to sleep. You can't need to do it.
Yes, when my body tells me it's time to sleep, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I got to sleep. So. But anyway, yeah, it's good to see you, Swaggy. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Let's see it. Joining me tonight as well, all the way from the state of Texas. The pride of Texas, some people have called him. Certainly the tallest Probably the tallest man in Texas.
Maybe. I mean, there's enough NBA teams out here.
That's true. That's true. We've got the Rockets, you got the Mavericks, or no, you got the Rockets, the Mavericks. That's
And the Spurs.
The Spurs. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the local team.
you got a lot of tall people in that state.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It must be that dry heat, that desert heat that just makes everybody really tall. I don't know.
I don't know.
How you been, man?
Doing good. I too enjoy naps and once bitten. Just want to make those aware to the general public.
Have you ever woken up from a nap and had no idea where you were?
Not recently, but I have before.
Okay. All right. So I'm not the only one. Thank God.
No.
Thank God. But it's good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. How's everything going with you?
Of course. Doing okay. Work's a little bit crazy. That's why I missed the last one. But it'll be fine.
Yeah. Work gets that way. It just gets that way. So, but thank you for being here, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And also joining me tonight, making his very first appearance on the patron stream, is Dean C. How you doing, Dean?
Doing great. How's everyone doing?
Doing good, man. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, man. Looking forward to shooting the bull with you.
Let's do this.
All right, right on. Very cool. Let me do a couple of more shout outs here and then we'll dive in. What's up, Mozart's Ghost? How you doing? We got Corey from the S'mores Indoors. What's up? Making Thursday swagalicious. There you go. We got Shot by Shot here with us. Hakeem is here with us. My old pal Sean Senior's here. The Horror Counselors is here. Yeah, thank y'all for being here tonight. Appreciate it. So what actually, I think we need to start this one a little differently because Swaggy wasn't at the last patron stream last month, so I think we are due for a very special moment of swag. What do you got for us this week or this month, Swaggy?
Well, I want to say, Piz, since you gave me a week to prepare, I actually brought some illustrations to point out the proper way to wear a tie.
Okay.
Is that too much? Is this okay if I do this?
I absolutely agree with that. You can't have a tie that's too long. The tie should not exceed the belt buckle.
Yes, you are exactly correct. Yes. If you look here in this first image, the tie should go exactly to the belt right here. And if you see here, if you can tuck it into your zipper, it is too long. If it is right here at your belly button, that is too short. So that's just something to be mindful of. I also got something else for you.
Okay.
The tie clip should be between the third and fourth button on the dress shirt. Don't go too low with it. Don't go too high with it. Probably should be about mid chest area. So just a couple of things. I thought I would actually provide you with a little bit of illustration there, but proper length of the tie. Don't go too long. Don't go too short. If you're really tall, like Tall Chris, Piz, Slasher Home Video, the regular tie might not work for you. You probably got to go with a longer tie because the torso length doesn't work out.
It does not.
Yeah.
I have not worn a tie in many years, but I can attest not all ties are for one size does not fit all when it comes to ties.
Oh no.
So
yeah, for taller guys, the standard tie does not work. It's just not made for you.
No, not at all. But Swag, you've hit us with a good one this time, man. I mean, I see people improperly wearing ties all the time, and it infuriates me.
Yeah, you don't want to be a member of the short tie club. That's just not a good look.
No. And you don't want your tie hanging down too far. You go to the bathroom, you walk out, it's dripping, and that's just not. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
You should have to move your tie over to use the bathroom.
You should not. Absolutely not.
President
Absolutely.
definitely does not set an example with that. He's got the longest tie ever.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a sports jacket or a jacket, I mean, you can get away with it a little bit. I'm saying. Doesn't
Yeah,
have to
that's
be perfect.
if you cover it up, true. Yeah,
It's true.
Mhm.
no
That's
one
true.
would know.
And we've had Dan join us. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just out of Megan 2 or Mithrigan 2 or whatever they call it.
With Regan too, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's segue into recent watches. Dan, tell us about Megan 2.0 or Megan 20, as Jeremy calls it. He leaves out the point.
It's Terminator 2 with crappy pop music is the short of it.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad for a kid's sci-fi action movie now. It's not a horror movie anymore, as you could gather from the Britney Spears trailer. So
So have they toned it down from the first one? Like, I don't remember the first one being, excessive or anything.
there's no slasher elements or anything now. I mean, it's just a sci-fi action movie for teens.
Okay.
That's what I would call it. I mean, it's not bad for what it is. I mean, not made for me, so I can't, trash it too much. But
But you enjoyed your time.
yeah, I wasn't miserable.
Okay.
It is.
Well,
what it
I assume you'll go more in depth on the next Flesh Wound feature show, right?
Yes, my niece loved it for what that's worth. So if you're taking a kid or something, they'll probably have fun.
Okay. Our buddy Chris here, Slasher Home Videos, in the chat. I have to buy my ties from a clown store, he says.
Very colorful ties.
Hakeem is a clip-on tie guy, clip-ons. Swaggy, are you, this is probably a dumb question, but are clip-on ties passe? Is that a faux pas?
No, because I will say, depending on your profession, a clip-on tie is kind of what you need because somebody could grab that and basically kind of swirl you around a little bit.
That's right.
So that's, but for most people, the clip-on tie, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah. Okay. That's the best review Dan's ever given a Blum movie, says Chris.
Once in a while. The Passenger's good.
I've skipped. Which one is that?
It's a kind of like a serial killer road movie. I think it's a pickup. So
Okay.
yeah, but every once in a while, it's rare. But
Okay.
I'll give him his props once in a while.
Okay. Let me go around has anybody let me ask you guys about 28 years later. Did everybody here see 28 years later?
Not yet.
No.
So Dan, just only you and I have seen 28 years later.
Oh, okay.
How'd you feel about that one?
So I really loved it. The ending, it didn't fully click what that was. Not to give that away, obviously. I know you've seen it. I saw it and I was like, man, what a tone shift. That's kind of dumb. And then I think I saw you comment on a post or something, and I was like, holy crap, I missed what that was. So I think I love it, actually, depending where it goes.
When I first saw that, like I made that connection, but then I was thinking like, nah, they're not going to go that. Like, I think I was so kind of like taken aback by it's turned into the Power Rangers all of a sudden 28 years later, which up to that point had been very serious and very, like bleak and, emotional and visceral. And now all of a sudden it's the Power Rangers.
Yeah, there were two people ugly crying in my theater, which I do not see very often.
Wow. Okay.
So the emotional bits hit pretty good in that. The more I thought about the ending, though, I actually kind of think I like it. I'm curious dancing around it, but I'm kind of curious where they take that into another movie.
I mean, well, then the director called that group the Jimmies, and I went, holy crap, that's a direct, like, And like, if you hear about this guy, like this guy was a monster, a real monster.
Yeah. There's a Netflix documentary,
There is, yeah.
and it's horrific.
Yeah.
A lot worse
So
than you might think.
yeah, so if this kid is hooking up with this group of Jimmies, like, it does not bode well for him, right?
I would not think so. I would
Yeah.
not think so.
Yeah.
I wonder, and this would be really ballsy and probably upset a lot of people, but I wonder if there's any way they could explain that person being alive in that universe somehow.
See that. That would be.
Yeah.
I don't
think they'll do it, but
I don't think they will either. But yeah, geez. Well, you said you loved it. I liked it. I didn't love it. I went on a whole rant about trilogies in my review, and how, trilogies today, they announce the trilogy before they've even finished the first movie. So it's like they've created, this whole, like, you're only getting 1/3 of the story. So like, if you don't, what if the movie sucks? What if you don't like that part of the story? What if there's not the rest of the trilogy? So I don't know. I felt limited the movie a little bit, but overall, I mean, I liked it. Jeremy liked it, and clearly it's made a ton of money. So the second one will definitely be happening. There's no question. I think it's already done, isn't it?
Yeah, January 2026. That one will be out. Nia DaCosta is directing it, so I've got my reservations about that. But hopefully, Danny Boyle's still involved. Alex Garland, I believe, is still involved. So it's hard to miss. I revisited the first two, and one thing I appreciate about these movies is just how dangerous it is, because the blood. It's like just the blood. It's so dangerous, and there's so many zombie movies that overlook that. You're getting faces bashed in, blood flying everywhere, and there's no concern for infection. I enjoyed them. I even enjoyed 28 Weeks Later more than I did the first time. So
yeah, I like both 28 Days and 28. I liked both of those better than Years, but it's really been a movie that's divided a lot of people. There's the group of people who love it, and there seems to be a group of people who just think it's the worst thing that's ever been made. So those movies are always interesting, but I'm like in the middle. I liked it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. So but yeah, it seems like the hatred for that movie is pretty vehement. So the people who hate it, they really freaking hate it. So,
what do they hate about it so much?
I mean, that's a good question. I think some of it is the first part of a trilogy thing. I think some of it is the ending. Like, people can't get past the ending. I think people wanted more infected horror stuff and less, emotionally driven stuff, which really, I mean, I think for the most part, the horror elements are really sort of confined to like the first act, and then it gets into the more emotionally driven stuff, and that's seems to be the bulk of the movie.
A lot of free ball and zombie action in that one as well.
I was going to ask you, how does the alpha zombie wear his tie? Is it too long, or is it too?
That thing, if that guy, regardless of him being infected or not, if I saw someone that big running at me, I'm screaming and running the other way too. You know what I mean? But Danny Boyle said that those were prosthetics because of child labor laws. So they can't have a nude man working with a child, but they can have a man wearing an extremely accentuated fake phallus working with a child.
I've heard he's officially the new helicopter zombie.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's interesting. What's the chat think about 28 Years Later? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know. Tyler says it didn't live up to the trailer. Let's see. It went Far Cry New Dawn at the end. I'm not familiar with Far Cry. Shot by Shot really liked it. Let's see here. lot of people haven't seen it yet. So that's surprising because it's made a ton of money. So, but yeah, that's 28 years later, and it's huge hit. We've got 2 more on the way. The Bone Temple is next, directed by Nia DaCosta, who did the Candyman remake, and she did a Marvel movie too, I think. That
The Marvels.
yeah, that one tanked pretty hard, I believe. So the Infected are back in a big way. So, and it's been how many years since 28 weeks later? It's been a long
18.
time. 18 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, wow. It's another like sort of like dormant, I don't know if you'd call it a franchise with just 2, but Final Destination Bloodlines came out after a long hiatus, and that series was huge. 28 years later is huge. So, yeah. Anybody, Ghost, have you seen anything good lately?
It's horror wise. Actually, I watched The Keep again. It's not a new one, but obviously, but I watched that recently, so that was interesting. I'm pretty sure I had seen it when I was a kid, so it basically felt like a whole new movie to me. So it was cool to watch. I like the visuals in that film a lot.
Mhm.
As a movie, it's a bit lacking. There's not a lot of I don't know, not a lot of tension going on there, or I don't know. It just kind of floated along most of the time, but the visuals were enough to keep me through it to the end. I thought that was cool.
Well, you're only seeing half the movie. Like the director's cut of that movie was like 3 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe it's better at 3 hours. I don't know. In theory, I don't think I could sit through 3 hours of that. But
yeah. Well, and The Keep is a movie we're going to be talking about again here shortly. So
3 hours of Tangerine Dream.
you've got
Sign me up.
you've got incredible visuals. You've got the great score from Tangerine. I love The Keep. I've always loved that movie, but like, it's such a. It's like it was kind of a lost movie, but half of it is truly a lost movie. Like we'll never see that other 90 minutes or however long, unfortunately. So
yeah.
Swag, you seen anything good lately?
I saw Bring Her Back.
Mm,
That was the last movie I saw in the theater.
okay.
And I'll go see Megan 2.0 tomorrow. But I know we don't give spoilers, but it was I enjoyed it all the way up to a certain point. The ending didn't really work for me, but those 2 guys they can make a legit horror movie. They know what they're doing. Shot, the acting. I have gotten to where I love. I don't know if it's a genre, but where people are dealing with grief or loss and what they're willing to do to try to bring that person back or to try to deal with that. I really have gotten into those types of movies.
Anybody else see Bring Her Back? Dan, I'm pretty sure you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved Bring Her Back. I thought it was excellent. Still kind of curious if they tie together the Talk to Me universe. It kind of feels like it makes sense, but yeah, who would have thought the Filippo brothers, who are, basically just a jackass crew, would make such good horror?
Yeah, they're talented.
Yeah, yeah. You look at their YouTube videos, you would never expect it, but yeah, they make fantastic grief horror. I think Bring Her Back might be a little less commercial than Talk to Me. I don't say that in a bad way because Talk to Me's great, but I know a lot of people don't like the misery porn, but I do, so it's great.
Yeah, and I thought it was a direct sequel to Bring Her Back, and Talk to Me, and it's obviously it's similar in some ways, but it's not like that.
Similar tone, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a sequel to it, but
Well,
Did
there is
anybody
a
else-
Talk to Me sequel coming, so
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Anybody else see Bring Her Back? Chris?
I
Dean?
did.
Oh, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. It's definitely with their genre, essentially of unhealthy coping mechanisms dealing with loss.
Uh-huh.
But overall, like it was very much interesting. The narcissism play of like triangulation, othering, and all these things is like very. I think it hits at the evil of human nature more than supernatural stuff normally does, which is why these movies do so well. And so, yeah, I liked it a lot. I still like Talk to Me a little better, and I was a little more like intense at Talk to Me. This one was a little more angry in general. I was like, what the hell? Like just pissed off at these characters, which is good because that's what you want. You want these emotional feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of does for teeth what Fulci did for eyeballs. Like there's some very uncomfortable teeth and mouth stuff going on and Bring Her Back.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
And like the sound effects of that is oh gosh, like it's so good.
Especially like when you serve them cantaloupe. That sound.
I'm hoping it hits VOD soon. I missed it in theaters, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. So, does anybody know when it's supposed to hit VOD?
Yeah, that
should be very soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Dean, have you seen anything good lately?
Well, let's see. Last weekend I was kind of on my honey-do list all weekend long, but I did get a couple of the Arrow videos, and I did watch Dark City on Arrow, and that release freaking rocked. It's just as good a movie as I remember. And then I went back to digging holes.
July 1st for Bring Her Back VOD.
Oh, sweet.
nice.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's just a couple of days. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, Dark City. I'm so glad Arrow gave it that kind of release. With the director's cut and everything. I love that movie, so it's so cool that it's got this new release. And hopefully, a new audience of people will take the plunge into Dark City.
It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say I did rewatch Jaws for the first time in forever since the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And that was really good. And I realized watching it, I was like, oh, I used to watch this on TV, and I always started from the time he got slapped. I never saw the very beginning with the swimmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why I never saw it before, but yeah, it was really good overall.
Yeah.
And like, I will say the movie is like the perfect part of the movie is when they first get on the orca. Everything before that is just kind of building for that, but the whole movie should just be the orca. All those scenes, the orca.
I mean, the movie definitely hits a whole new level once you get onto the orca, because at that point, like they may not ever see dry land again. And some of them, and some of them don't. So, or at least one of them.
It was also really interesting seeing how many like boobs and violent, bloody death of children in a PG movie.
Yeah, that was PG. Yeah. Wow.
I will say on Dark City, one of the special features is a commentary by Roger Ebert, and it's excellent. Like I love like hearing him break down these scenes and why they work so well, and that's a really cool special feature to have on there.
Yeah. Roger Ebert was a big champion of Dark City back in the day. It was his favorite movie of, was it 98, I think, when it came out. So he definitely championed that movie big time. So yeah, his commentary is really good. He's all over the archival making of, and he just really breaks down that movie in a really beautiful way, But yeah, great freaking movie. Our old buddy Nico's here. Thank you for the $10, sir. Coffee in hand, ears open. Great to see everybody tonight. Well, thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I watched Jaws 2. Also for the 50th anniversary, I got that new steel book, and that documentary that's on there is so good. So
nice.
There's a million Jaws documentaries, but this is the definitive one. So
Is it about Jaws 2?
No, just Jaws.
Oh, okay.
Just Jaws. I don't. They don't talk about any of the sequels. Just Jaws. But what's cool about this documentary is that they have. There was a lady on the set who shot Super 8 footage of the extended death of Alex Kittner that had never officially been released before. So you get to see that. That's pretty cool. You actually see the shark bite into the dummy that's Alex Kittner and drag him under. And then there's an extended scene in the pond where after Jaws eats the guy on the boat, like, you guys okay over there? You guys, wait. And his leg falls to the shark is the shark has got that dude in its mouth. And that dude is holding Brody's son while the shark is swimming away with the guy in his mouth and the guy holding on to the boy. So, and of course, he's like spitting blood. He's like, ah. So it's a really, like, I get why they probably didn't include that, because it's, probably would have definitely got an R at that point. But that explains why he is so traumatized once they drag him onto the beach and he's in shock. It wasn't just that he saw the shark and it swam by him. It was, So
did they have Robert Shaw sing some extra songs on there,
or there's a lot of behind the scenes footage with Robert Shaw, him just cutting it up with the crew. Like, what do you do in your downtime? I drink. There's like a lot of downtime on this movie, huh? Yeah. So if only they'd captured some of that hazing that he allegedly did to Richard Dreyfuss. They probably couldn't. If they did, they probably couldn't have made it available to the public, I'm guessing. But yeah, 50 years of Jaws, my God. Did anybody see The Shrouds, David Cronenberg's new film?
I did.
Not yet. I'm dying to see it.
I really liked it. I liked it. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Crash, and I love Crash. It's so fun because, like, this was David Cronenberg's. Talk about grief. David Cronenberg's wife died, so he makes a movie about people being able to not just visit their dead loved ones' graves, but to actually be able to watch them decompose inside the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And there's this whole mystery going on in the movie as well. I don't want to give too much away, but like, I was just captivated by the movie. And when it ended, I was like, wait, what? It's over? Because it's got just sort of like, I think it's the perfect ending for that movie, but it's not like, oh, well, here's, the Scooby-Doo big reveal or anything. But I really liked the Shrouds a lot. Dan, you saw it. What did you think?
I thought it was fantastic. I think probably the best of his recent movies, which I always say it, David Cronenberg, I think, has a perfect record. Not strictly a horror director, but I don't think he's ever made what I would call a bad film. And that's impressive. It's his most personal movie. Vincent Castle is basically David Cronenberg.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, this one's a winner. If he does go out on this, reality is he is in his 80s now, and there's nothing else, in pre-production at the moment. This is a good one to go out on. I really liked it. He does leave you thinking about it, but that ending, it does make sense. I'll say that much.
Yeah. There's a lot to think about. That movie, it sticks with you. There's a lot to think about, and you can interpret it in some different ways. It definitely would be, one that you would want to revisit.
Yeah.
But liked it a lot. Really, really. I was surprised how much I liked it, to be honest. Anybody? I finally got around to seeing Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh, how was that?
I was not a fan. I did not like that movie at all. Anybody else see it?
Not yet. In the queue.
I thought about it, but it looked kind of like not. It looked like it would be good for like the kind of like intro tween horror kind of thing. It looked like it'd be kind of blah.
I mean, I guess, like, if I don't know. I guess if you're like the what's it called? Fear Street.
Oh, Fear Street series, yeah.
Like if you like that, if you're into that, you might like Clown in a Cornfield. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. I was bored for most of it, to be honest.
It's based on a YA book, so going in, the twists are pretty obvious. If you've watched enough horror movies, there's just a lot. I didn't hate it. There's just better similar stuff. I would actually say that new Fear Street movie is better entry level horror than that. It's strange because it is a YA book, but it's still an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
So I thought marketing it that way was strange. Well, it's killing people still, so you know what I mean.
Lots
to get away from that.
Lots of death, pretty gory deaths, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I was just like, I'm bored. This is really just kind of boring me.
Dan, I think you nailed that. There's better films that do that same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And like Piz, like you said, that's one of those movies you start to watch it and your phone will it's more interesting. you know, there's just other stuff that you're like, okay, this is all right, but this isn't anything really to brag about.
Yeah, I agree. And I kind of like, there was so much hype about that movie, like when it was announced, but it seemed like by the lead up to it, like that hype had died, and like after it was released, I didn't hear anybody really talking about it, and I kind of get why. I mean, I've not read the book. I bought the book, I just haven't read it yet. But I know a lot of people love that book, and so I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me.
It's definitely
Jose?
One of the weirder things about getting older is realizing a lot of these films aren't meant for our age, even though it seems like it's going to be. And then a few minutes, and you're just like, wait a second,
and even in that regard, it's like, a good movie is a good movie regardless, right? But like I just didn't think it was a very good movie. I didn't think Fear Street was a very good movie. But I don't know. I mean, I guess the younger generation, if this is their first foray into slashers, then people today might look at Friday the 13th: A New Beginning, which was my first Friday the 13th, and go, God, this is boring, this is awful, this is stupid.
Absolutely.
Somebody, a kid who loves Fear Street would probably watch the original Halloween and fall asleep 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
I watch a lot of movies, and now I find myself more and more just waving my fist at the sky. I don't care about you little bastards' love lives. far enough away from it now, I guess. I just don't relate. But there's worse things you can watch. I just, it was just there. Death of Snow White, if you want one that's a little surprising. That was not what I was expecting it to be.
Oh, okay. Death of Snow White. Okay.
It's number one, it tells the proper Snow White tale, but you've got dwarves dropping the C-bomb, you've got hostile level torture. Like, I was not expecting that to go as hard as it did. If you like old school like fantasy stuff like Deathstalker and stuff like that, like, I don't know, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Is it from the same people who've done the Winnie the Pooh stuff?
No, different vibe. It feels like a group of like Renfest people just got a really good gore budget and made a movie. I enjoyed it. Not for everybody, but I legitimately enjoyed it. And it's not connected or the same feel as the public domain stuff that's been coming out.
Okay.
Like Popeye the Slayer Man?
Different vibe from that.
Yeah, I couldn't even finish that.
I enjoyed it. I'm sorry.
I've liked some of the Popeye.
I watched beginnings.
He's always ready, Tony. He's always ready. He was talking about Spirit Halloween today. He saw some of the stuff I came home with from at home, because they've already got their Halloween stuff out. And as soon as he saw that, he must have thought, is Spirit Halloween open and you've not told me? As soon as he saw it, he was like, Spirit Halloween. I was like, no, it's not Spirit Halloween, Bo. So he thought I was keeping something from him. One that did surprise me, and then we can move on, is Predator Killer of Killers.
Oh, yeah. I heard that was good.
I really enjoyed that. I think that's the best Predator movie we've had since the sequel.
Oh,
And
wow.
like even like because I was like, oh, an animated Predator, but like probably 10, 15 minutes in, I just like it didn't even. I just forgot I was watching an animated movie. That just didn't register that it's animated. I enjoyed it a lot. I had a great time with it, and I hope they continue that animated universe. Dan, I know you reviewed it for Flesh Wound. What'd you think?
It took me a minute to kind of adjust to the animation style, which is not my ideal animation style, but I think it's the best Predator movie that they've done, arguably since 2. I thought the story was really good. The way they interconnected the different eras. It's essentially you got the World War II dogfight story, which I think was probably the best. The samurai story, and the Viking story, and I liked it. There's a lot to mine from in Predator with the comics, and I thought it did a good job. The animation, it took me a minute. It's not my style, but I got into it a lot more than I expected I would.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. If it being animated's kind of turns you off, just give it 15, 20 minutes. You'll be right into it, I promise. Really enjoyed that movie a lot. Well, let's move on here. I do want to talk about let's get right into this drama, this physical media community drama, which I love drama, and this one was interesting. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with what happened out in the chat, but Mark from Orbit DVD, and I don't really know Mark that well. I think I may have purchased maybe 1 or 2 things from Orbit years ago, but he was doing a live stream on Facebook, and he mentioned that he had to remove the new imprint, the Keep release from his store, he had to remove it. He's not going to sell it anymore, because Vinegar Syndrome pretty much strong-armed him, saying that you either take that off your site or we're done. You're not going to carry any more Vinegar Syndrome stuff. And Mark said that he had made more money off of that imprint release for the Keep in the week or 2 he had it on his website than in the entire run of Vinegar Syndrome's The Keep. And he said, in the nicest way possible, like, I did it. I pulled it, but I'm done with Vinegar Syndrome from here on. So that's kind of created these 2 camps. You've got the Vinegar Syndrome fans. You've got people who, on the other hand, who are like, well, I'm screw Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome's changed, man. They're too corporate now. And, this is something this isn't new. Because I've talked to people like Mark who work for companies or own companies like Orbit DVD about imported releases. And they've been like, well, no, we're not going to carry that out of respect or because we're friends with, boutique label X, Y, or Z. And I get that, if you're, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, or if you have a business relationship or just, out of courtesy. But this wasn't that. This was a strong arm of Mark from Orbit DVD. And, it's a business. Business is supply and demand. If you have people who want something, and they're willing to pay for it, sell it to them. Like, you're never going to hear Walmart say, well, out of respect for Coke, we're not going to sell Pepsi products anymore. You know what I mean? But to each their own. But like this case with Orbit DVDs really kind of like, and Vinegar Syndrome really has changed over the past few years, from releasing stuff that literally no other company on the world would ever touch and giving them really awesome releases to like, now they're releasing dirty work. And they're like, if you had told me 3 years ago, do you think Vinegar Syndrome will ever release a 4K of Congo? I'd laughed in your face. We have a Congo release from Vinegar Syndrome. Like Vinegar Syndrome seems to be like wanting to move into bigger movies, and it just does. That's not. I don't to coin a Southern parlance. You're getting too big for your britches.
Mm-hmm.
And like the last thing that Vinegar Syndrome released that really got me excited was that Keep release. Like nothing since then has really got me excited. And I don't think there was much before the Keep for the past little while that had gotten me excited. So there definitely seems like there's been a big change at Vinegar Syndrome. And I don't know. I just thought it's I don't know. It's kind of, I don't like it. What were you guys aware? Any of you guys aware of the controversy? And please share with me your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I did see that. And I really liked the very first thing I saw was the guy from Orbit that you mentioned, and I loved his video because I thought he was just so level-headed and polite and just businesslike about it, and didn't really have anything bad to say about him. It seemed like. But I don't know. I mean, Vinegar Syndrome has definitely changed in some ways, but I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like the reason they're doing it, with these bigger titles is maybe it's just to bring in more people into the store, not just for sales, but to, more people then are exposed to all the other stuff that they're doing, and it helps their effort in restoring all these other films because. They sell out of Showgirls and Congo or whatever. So much of that money is going back into restoring these other films that not as many people care about, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. There's probably two sides to it. I mean, they've definitely expanded. It certainly seems like a Paramount thing because that's what they've been putting as one Paramount release after another. So clearly they got some kind of good deal with them. So I don't know.
Well, and Matt Dream Emulator actually said apparently it's because VS owns the worldwide licensing rights. But I mean that's all well and good, but like that shouldn't stop Mark from being able to sell. Yeah, I mean I don't.
Yeah, I can't. I mean I'm not stupid in that kind of stuff to understand. There's probably some kind of reason, but on the surface, it definitely doesn't look good for them, and there's definitely a better way to approach it. They could just say the truth instead of just saying piss off with your sales. It's just it's very strange because I definitely get that sense that other people are getting that they are maybe getting a little too big-headed, and a lot of times that seems like that's what we're seeing, especially in the pricing, because like what did I just pay for Golden Child, like $60 or something like that. I was glad to do it. I love that movie. But it definitely those prices prevent me from then picking up these other things that they want you to get exposed to. So
yeah. That's a whole topic in and of itself, is the pricing for physical media. That imprint, the Keep release, is like $200. Now it looks beautiful. It looks like it's a beautiful looking release, but like $200 for one movie, that's
a lot.
That's a lot. Like you've got, and I love the Keep with all my heart, but then I saw that and I'm like, damn,
that Keep better do my taxes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You got to get something autographed with that, or
Tangerine Dream needs to deliver it to my home and play a piece of music from it, for that price.
All I know, Vinegar Syndrome has changed, but at the end of the day, Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than Congo ever did. So I'm just going to state that right up front. But, they have changed a lot. They're I would not have, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I've always loved them, but I would never have guessed they would have been the kings of boutique labels in 2025. I mean, and by far, I think probably. They put out a lot of great stuff, like Ghost was saying. It's maybe the titles people don't pay as close attention to, but I think it is what it is at this point. I was a little taken aback because the Orbit guy's really cool. I don't know him, but they always get me my stuff really quick. They're a great business. I highly recommend ordering from them if you haven't. Never had a single issue. But Yeah, it's sad to see it. I still remember during my blog talk days, we were like one of the first people they sent screeners to. Was that H.G. Lewis set? And I remember Bill Banana Man at Code Red always used to call them that smut company, and now they're putting out the Golden Child. Who would have thought?
Yeah. It's like when you get too big for your britches, just show them some of those early releases. Like you released,
Parlor Murders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You released some doozies, and I loved Vinegar Syndrome for that, because like no other company's putting out Don't Panic on that kind of release. They might put it out on some kind of crappy, but they're not going to put the time and effort into like that kind of restoration. And I'll always love Vinegar Syndrome for Spookies. That Spookies release to me is just top tier. No other company would have done that.
Yeah, I don't think their expansion has really been kind of to the detriment of what their core mission is. Like with the partner labels, it's like every month you've got like 25 new releases, and there's something there for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, their expansion's been crazy too, because there's all these different partner labels with Vinegar Syndrome. And they've grown a lot, which is great. But again, I don't know. It's like you've carved this niche for yourself. And if you're the smut company, embrace that. Give us the best smut you can give us on the best edition of smut that you can give us. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. Yeah. But $80 smut. Well, yeah, I'm not that much into smut for that price. So
I feel like one of their upcoming releases were probably, well, not probably, but my idea, since it's Paramount and it's in that same time range that they have, is like maybe Summer School. And I feel like if they were to put that out, it's going to make everyone so happy that they'll forget about like these other Golden Child things that aren't as popular. So
yeah,
you can't please everybody.
Yeah. And I would love if they did a really nice release for Summer School. I love that movie to death.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it 30, 35.
Yeah.
Don't exceed that, please. So pricey smut is wrong. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. But I was going to say, though, I think Ghost kind of has it right. I think they're trying to not corner the market, but in a sense, have the market come to them. That way, when you're browsing for your Golden Child or whatever, you're looking at this like, oh, this is on sale. I'll pick this up too while I'm here. And it's those kind of like bits of extra to lead to increase their revenue so they could finally license Mighty Joe Young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the next big one right there, Mighty Joe Young.
Exactly.
Well, and here's something else that's been going on in the physical media business forever is the region locking stuff, where a company will release a movie and they'll label it as being region B locked for legal reasons. But when you get that disc home, when you put it in, it's region free. So that's something that's been happening for a long time too. I can't tell you how many. I won't name the company that does or used to do it all the time, but for legal reasons, they would have to mark their discs as being region B locked on the back of the sleeve. You got the region B thing on there, but it was not region B. So, just because they, nobody was going after them back in the day because they, we own the rights in this territory. So. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's kind of made me. It's knocked Vinegar Syndrome down a peg or two, and they were already down a peg or two, to be honest with me. Now they're a little bit more. So,
yeah, especially in this community, like you don't want to have people like that just kind of like their ego starts driving them and it all goes to their head. Because I think in the horror community, and mostly horror, I would say people aren't like that at all. We're all just kind of in this for the love of these films. So if it's going to their head and they're just doing whatever they can to make an extra $5 or whatever per disc, that it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And that's what's kind of a bummer if that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I won't say who because I don't know if they've made a video on it, but the customer service is a little different with them now because for whatever reason, and I can't say this has ever happened to me personally with Vinegar Syndrome, there was a like sticker debris on one of the cases for a box set, mind you, so more expensive. And he had called and wasn't asking for like a new set, like, can you send me another box? And he took a picture of it and it's like, I don't see anything. Just wipe it off was I think the response. And it's like, this is
Was it
$60,
off-gassing?
man. You know how, sticker debris. It wasn't awful, but $60, like I get it. You don't have to send me the movies, just I'll send you this. Can you send me back a case? I mean, fair is fair, $60.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want sticker debris. Like, what kind of? I mean, like, why are you putting stickers on those things? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if that's what it was, but he said it just had like gunk on it. It was weird.
yeah.
I'll use that. Was it Goo Gone? I'll use that stuff to try to get that.
Hmm. Yeah, still $60 set. You,
Yeah.
and those slips and boxes. I mean, that's money in the bank. So
That absolutely is. There was one other thing I was going to add to this discussion, but it slipped my mind. It may come back to me. But anybody else want to add anything onto this discussion?
No.
It's
I would
just
say-
on the
go ahead.
orbits. On the orbit. I'm sorry. On the orbits thing. I'll play devil's advocate. I think I see where Vinegar Syndrome's coming from. If they in fact do hold the rights for distribution, is it crappy? Yeah, and I don't agree with it, but it's something we see more often than not. I mean, just not long ago, you were talking about the gas station in Texas for Texas Roadhouse and what happened with them.
Right, yeah.
Kind of the same thing. And you see it with online commentators talking about trailers. Studios will come out and just, pull the trailer or pull the creator's video because maybe they didn't like what they said. Toho and companies like that are notorious for it.
Well, it's not even that they don't like what you said. It's just that you have a clip of the trailer in your video. The algorithm picks that out immediately and forget about fair use. So yeah, that sucks.
Fair use is just an idea.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a very subjective thing too. So one person may see it as fair use and another person may not. So
definitely heard mixed things about their customers. Their customer service. I will give them credit in one sense because I picked up the was it the cinematograph release of Joy Sex, and I think about 20 minutes in on the 4K, it was just kind of doing some skipping. It definitely wasn't my player. I did that whole thing. I just sent them a very quick email, and within a week they sent me, just the disc, in the cover or whatever. Within a week, I had a new one, and there was no questions asked, nothing. So, but then again, I'll read things online. People said they're abysmal. So you just don't know.
Yeah.
So far, my experience has been good with their customer service.
If Vinegar Syndrome has dropped a peg, what's your opinion of Scream Factory these days? They're the best. They are number one. No, I mean, I've made my opinion of Scream Factory known. I mean, I think they've become the new Anchor Bay. They just keep putting out the same stuff over and over again, and that business model is not going to last very long. So, I mean, Scream Factory went from far and away number one to they've not done anything exciting. Well, that Baba set kind of got me excited. I pre-ordered that, but aside from that, there's just not been a whole lot of Scream Factory that I've gone for lately in quite a while, to be honest.
And it's all just 4K upgrades at this point.
Yeah, it's 4K upgrades or it's a steelbook upgrade. It's the same old. I mean, they're literally reliving, the end days of Anchor Bay. So, I don't know, that business model is not going to keep them afloat for very long.
Same packaging. I mean, same product, just a different package.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, Uh,
Yeah, it's really strange. I feel like I picked up more of the Shout Select releases than I have Scream Factory for a couple of years now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the Corman stuff, which I wish they'd put out with more regularity, because there's a lot I'd like from that library yet.
Yeah, I've heard that some of those Corman releases are going to get new releases through another company
Oh, okay.
sometime soon.
Hmm.
So hopefully that's still happening.
Yeah, I
But,
know forever ago Carnosaur 2 was announced.
Mm.
Like, it's been years now, but I'm hopeful for some of those. And there's a lot of great sci-fi stuff under the Corman banner that hasn't come out yet. So hopefully.
Mhm. Yeah.
You probably know what label it is. I don't remember which one, but I was reading that there's one label that's like very soon gonna be dropping like a whole list of, or not list, but like all their releases they're putting out in September, like a huge bulk of movies. Have you seen anything about that?
I don't think so.
I wish I could. I just saw it yesterday. I'll see if I can find where I read that, but it was intriguing what they were saying. It might have been on Garrett's show. Awesome.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow just consistently puts out good stuff. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. How's the stuff look? I saw that you picked that up. I can't wait to pick up.
I've not watched it yet. I'm like debating which one to watch first, because I love Cobra,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the stuff too. So I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna pop one in here after the show, and we'll
Nice.
take it from there. But I love both those movies, so I was excited that Arrow's doing limited edition 4Ks for both. But I got to admit, the Cobra got me a little more excited than the stuff. But
Yeah, you can get those at a decent price through directly through their site. It's like $15 off compared to other places.
Mhm.
Good deal.
Let's see what's going on in the chats. Arrow put an awesome 4K disc, but a lot of them don't work properly on the penny. Huh. Wasn't aware of that. Is that a newer player or older player?
Hmm.
The 4K does have issues with some of the, not cheap, but cheaper 4K players now you'll buy in Walmart or wherever. It is an issue. For future proofing, I kind of like the Blu-ray to come with that 4K disc. I mean, I still buy 4K, but like I really need that Blu-ray with it.
Let's see here. Oh man, Matt is a VS fanboy. Gonna defend Vinegar Syndrome to the death here. I see. Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, we'll just point the blame in all directions and not just the Vinegar Syndrome. Okay, you shill. How much is Vinegar Syndrome paying you?
How would you like all our Jell-O box sets?
Well, here's what I was going to add on to the Vinegar Syndrome discussion. Like Vinegar Syndrome at one time, and this was so funny, they had gotten such a reputation. They'd gotten the Anchor Bay reputation from back in the day, where people were just buying Vinegar Syndrome releases because they were Vinegar Syndrome, and they had no idea that they released a lot of crap. So they were paying big bucks for this subscription price, which I don't know how much the subscription is now, but back in the day, I mean, even back in the day, it was expensive. And like on the Vinegar Syndrome fan page on YouTube or Facebook that I'm a part of, you'd always get those new people in there. How do I cancel my subscription? These movies suck. You know what I mean? And there would always be people in the comments laughing at them going, hey, welcome to Vinegar Syndrome.
So was it like Columbia House back in the day with CDs kind of thing? Where it's like you buy like 30 CDs for a penny and you end up like getting like 100.
Oh no, this was like this was like
years.
$500, and you didn't even get all the releases for Vinegar Syndrome. So people were getting like bad movies and going, I'm paying how much for this? And they'd freak out on Facebook, and people would roast them. So,
last time Todd subbed, I think it was just under 1,000, or it might have been just over the last time for the subscription. But yeah, there are a lot of exceptions now, and he just said it was like, I don't want to be locked into it. $1,000 is a lot, and sometimes I want more from the partner labels.
Yeah. Well, and Matt says my issue with the subscription is that everything I wanted was never included in the subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
That's a good way to do it from the business standpoint.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Well, you pay us $1,000. We send you all our bad releases.
Yes, exactly.
If you want the good ones, you got to pay extra for those.
Get
Before
rid of that old inventory.
We're going to you first.
Yeah.
No, the birds isn't included, but you get the birds to Land's End.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness. Well, let's move on. This was a topic that I'd intended to talk about last week. But we actually had a new announcement from the Jason universe actually happened today. So on Friday the 13th, there was all this, or on the lead up to Friday the 13th, there was all this buzz, we're going to get all these big announcements, all these big reveals, you know what I mean? And that day happened. And on Saturday the 14th, I posted saying, did I miss something? Where's all these big reveals? Because the first reveal I saw was for the TV series. It was a casting announcement, and no disrespect, but they had cast 3 people I'd never heard of. And then there was the Halloween Horror Nights announcement. There's going to be a Jason Universe maze at Halloween Horror Nights this year. But it'll be so funny, though. The footage, if they have the new Jason Universe Jason, the poor soul who's having to wear that outfit in the sweltering heat, and like people taking pictures and video and like goofing on him. Surely to God, it won't be that Jason in those houses and wandering around Universal Horror Nights. Oh my God. So we got that announcement. Then the third announcement was Jason Universe has pinned a deal with NECA for future Jason figures. But from what I read, it sounded like it was only going to be the new Jason.
Oh, the ones like the 13 holes in his face?
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that nobody knows about, nothing.
The one that nobody wants anything to do with.
He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, exactly. So those were the 3 big announcements that happened this past Friday the 13th. And as the internet was very quick to point out, it's just more underwhelming. Nothing really. I mean, the Universal Horror Nights. Has anybody ever been to Horror Nights here?
Yep.
I've been wanting to go, never got a chance.
They're fun. They're a lot of fun, and I think I went one year and it was like a Freddy versus Jason house, and that one was pretty cool. The Halloween house I went to was super cool because they kind of mixed the first 3 together. And at one point you're walking through this bedroom and the closet door gets kicked open and it's Dr. Loomis and he starts shooting a gun at you.
Oh, Jesus.
So he's yelling Michael while he's shooting the gun at you, which was fun. But they had like a room with like the 3 little kids and the mask and,
Oh, hold on. Was anybody dressed as the Crow when they went to that room?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But it was a lot of Halloween Horror Nights is every one that I've been to has been really fun. So I mean, that's cool. I don't know if that should be like considered a huge announcement, but that's cool. No. And people have wanted more NECA Jason figures, but they want the established Jason. They don't want this new Jason, and maybe that will happen. But what I read from Bloody Disgusting was like, it's going to be merch with the new Jason on it that nobody wants. So, I don't know, but that's it. Those are the big announcements. Wow. Swaggy, I can tell you are just so enthused about those announcements. What's up, man? How are you feeling?
That's a lot of nothing, like you talked about. I mean, it's ways for them to make money, which is I guess basically the bottom line. They finally got that straightened out. So let me sell you on the potential of what we got coming up. Like you said, no offense to those people that are acting, those actors. I have no idea who those people. I mean, that doesn't mean shit. I'm not an actor. That's not a big announcement, you know. And then they talked about the legacy character that they're going to bring back, and it's the cop. I was just like, of all the
Which
okay,
Oh yeah, the oh gosh,
yeah, exactly,
the motorcycle cop.
right.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
much
it
of
was
a
like,
legacy when we can't remember his name.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. I was like, what? Like,
it's like we're going to bring back this legacy character that nobody cares about. Okay,
Mhm.
what is that guy like 80? You know, like no offense, you know, like but it was just kind of like um you're dancing. It's almost as if like I was doing their marketing for them. You know, that would be stuff that like an amateur would be putting out there. You know, or like a fan film. You know,
Okay.
those would be those kind of announcements. That's like I'm selling you on the potential of what you're going to see. Hopefully, it's good. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
like from that list, I was waiting for them to say like, "Oh yeah, we've partnered with Fireball Whiskey to make Jason Goes to Hell branded fucking Fireball Whiskey or some shit."
Now that would be cool. I'd buy a bottle of that.
Yeah,
Or the
I'd buy
hockey
two.
mask burgers.
And the
I'd buy
Jason,
I'd buy two
fries.
bottles, one to drink and one to just store, one just display.
Yeah.
So, oh man, so yeah, so those were the big announcements that dropped on Friday the 13th. But just today we got an announcement. What's the director's name here? Hold on. Mike P. Nelson, who directed the Wrong Turn reboot, and he's directing the upcoming Silent Night, Deadly Night reboot, is making a film called Sweet Revenge, which is a quote unquote short form vignette that will serve as the quote unquote centerpiece of the franchise's bold 45th anniversary campaign. Sweet Revenge is a quote unquote glorified commercial for Angry Orchard hard cider. I totally missed that.
yep.
Oh, so I thought this was going to be like a short film.
It's a teaser trailer
it's
with
a
fucking.
It's a commercial for hard cider.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like Sam was talking about this earlier on Twitter, and I made the joke that this sounds like a fucking hipster way of saying a teaser trailer. And then she was like, "Oh, so it'd be craft beer then?" I was like, "Okay, you'd have a fucking blood orange summer shandy to go with this instead of fucking hard Angry Orchard hard cider."
When I read over this, I totally missed that part. I thought it was just going to be like a
Yeah.
short film with Jason in it. Like, hey, here's some Jason stuff for you guys who really want it. Like, it's a commercial for hard cider. What the shit, man?
So this, I think, this perfectly encapsulates what their centerpiece is: selling shit to you.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
merchandise. That's all it's going to be.
It's like you will buy this and you will like this.
my God, dude.
Let me ask y'all. All right, I know we're a long ways away. There hasn't been any trailers, or I don't even think they've started filming the show yet.
They have.
They have.
Oh, they
yeah,
have. Okay. Get over under 3 seasons of that show. What do you say?
I'm betting under.
Under.
Yeah, under.
It won't be more than 3. I could
Yeah,
almost guarantee it.
I just
Yeah, I don't
don't
think
know how
Velma
they
can
have
save it.
enough material. I don't know how that's possible.
I here's my bet. If we don't see adult Jason for that first season, there probably won't be a second one.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think interest will just kind of have waned. It'll be nobody will be talking about anything else when we get close.
Right.
But it'll
Right.
be like Chucky. Nobody gave a shit after season 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm hoping for the best. I'd love this to just blow me away, but
Yeah, I do too.
I
do too.
it's a weird one for a television adaptation. Even if you had Jason, like it's still a weird one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see, like, if the series does come out, I don't really have any hopes of it coming out at this point with all the fucking merchandising shit. I could almost see a lot of uptick in like YouTube videos of like, who's this character? And it's like fucking explanations. You have people watch these to understand what's going on in the show, because the general audience doesn't know who the hell any of these people are.
Yeah.
The Instagram photo where you get a glimpse of Jason sure looks like the Jason they have been showing us. I must have missed that Instagram. Oh wait, no, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see. Hold on, let me share a screen here.
They had like the little teaser for something that was like not good, but
so you can kind of see the side of Jason there. Yeah, that does kind of look like our new Jason.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what is Jason gonna like kill somebody and then turn around and take a sip of hard cider because he's so parched?
Wait, is that why it's called Sweet Revenge? It's fucking cider.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And also, is that the runtime? 3 minutes and 15 seconds for this commercial?
I mean, probably, yeah, probably. Probably less than that.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see what the comments down here are saying about this, if we can even see that. Sweet Jesus. F you, Jason Universe.
Yeah.
Gosh, what the F? This is shameless and out of character from Jason and the whole franchise. It's just stunning watching these IP holders fumble the most sure thing ever.
My favorite was the Jason Universe orbits Uranus.
Somebody says, I want to know where these assholes live.
I can't stand these fucking people.
I can't stand these effing people. They don't even care about that they're ruining this property with all their horrendous PR. I love how all this trash is supposed to build a universe that nobody wants.
Just the fact that they use the word universe is so off-putting. Like
it is.
Yeah. You know when when whoever put that together, they leaned back in their chair and they went, Doug, you're a genius.
Do we
know?
That's a good point, Ghost. Yeah, it's very off-putting. I hate it. I don't even like that name, Jason Universe.
Yeah.
Like, unless you make it a sequel to Jason X. Like, okay, that'd be fine, Jason Universe there. But, like,
true.
Otherwise, no.
Yeah.
No.
Now, do we know if this is Jason Universe, is it separate, at least to some extent, from the Crystal Lake show? I feel like it is. It's hard to tell.
It kind of seems like it is, honestly. It may be. I think probably it should be. I think they should keep them separate.
Yeah.
And like this is. There he is. I guess that's our Jason right there. I can't wait to see new Jason, like an actual somebody in the outfit with that mask on. Lord have mercy on us all.
Yeah, I'm excited to give the show a chance. You know, with my expectations as low as possible. But this universe stuff, absolutely not. I could give two shits at this point. Whatever they're doing, it just is.
Yeah.
Also,
oh Lord.
It seems like unless the guy doing the clacker is pretty tall, like he seems kind of like even height with the Jason. So is this like a really kind of short Jason then, or
that's unless he's like on a Apple box and he's holding it way up high? I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah. He that's pretty much right at Jason's height. So I don't. Maybe Jason's just 5'7". He's not.
He's a short king.
Jason.
There you go. There you go.
Do y'all think they will play with the origin story at all, or change up anything like that?
I mean, they've already added this backstory of Pamela wanting to be a singer, and I guess that failed, and she's having to be this cook at the camp to make ends meet, and from there, my bet is that Jason's father is the owner of this nightclub where she works at.
Crazy Ralph, I'm calling
where she sings. I'm gonna bet that's probably Jason's dad. He disowns the kid because he's special needs, or that's what they've called him in the plot synopsis, her special needs son.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna guess too. Once she snaps, she'll be his first. She'll be her first. He will be her first victim.
This is way out there, but it made me think. I was like, what if they kind of teamed them together? What if they didn't immediately kill her off? Would that add anything to it? Or, like, could you expand that a little bit?
I mean, that would be, if they did it right. I mean, that could be different. That could be kind of interesting. That could take the onus off, just Jason being the focal point of, she's like the evil puppet master or whatever.
Yeah, and that kind of crossed my mind. Was like, how else could you put a slight spin on that to add more to it? And it was like, well, what if you kept the two of them together for a little bit longer?
Yeah, but then I mean, you'd have to like age her because Jason's gonna grow, and then like you'd have to age her, and which I mean they could do. I mean they do that all the time anyway. So, I mean, I definitely think once Jason comes along, we'll have like glimpses of her. She won't be relegated to just the first season. You know what I mean? So she'll still be around.
Yeah, I could see it being like Jason, to him, she's still real, so you always can throw her in there talking to him to have some type of back and forth or something like that, or directing him to do this or that. Because then it made me think, I was like, I wonder, would they be able to play with it to where you don't know if she's alive or not? Is it like just in his head, or is she clearly gone and that this is just him having visions in his head or something?
Yeah, I mean that could be interesting. That could be interesting.
That's tough to pull off, though. Effectively.
Yeah. I mean that wouldn't be a bad little spin on the story, I don't think. But I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. They're filming now, so. Yeah. What's the projected release date? It's next year, right? I mean, it's sometime next year. So
I bet probably around this time next year, June.
Yeah,
I bet for the summer camp.
Let's see. When is the next Friday the 13th in 2026? Let's find out. There's one in February. There's one in March. We got back-to-back Friday the 13th. Holy Lord.
Wow.
Gotta make up for this year. There's only one this year.
Yeah. We've got a Friday the 13th in November. So we've got 3 Friday the 13th next year and back-to-back Friday the 13th. And I predict that the announcement on next Friday the 13th next year will be the announcement of who the key grip is on the show. So
they're crucial.
I do like Linda Carlini.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, that's like that's an announcement. If you got somebody like that, yeah, that's something to brag about.
What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be kind of Norman Bates-ish. Well, the showrunner behind the Psycho TV show was the original showrunner for this until he left. So,
why did people think there were going to be announcements? Just because it just sounded like all rumors.
Oh no, I mean it was the Friday the 13th franchise website had mentioned it a couple of times at least. I think even the Jason Universe social mentioned it too. So
gotcha.
Yeah. It was hyped up. Everybody was like, big stuff, prepare yourself. So I got all prepared. I strapped myself to my chair. I put a big piece of wood in between my teeth so I wouldn't bite my tongue off. I had paramedics on call just in case. None of that happened. Damn.
I was actually kind of relieved by the casting just because I think it'll be better that there's mostly going to be like no names or whatever, and it'll probably make it a better experience.
Well, and the fact that they're continuing to cast is a good thing. That means that it's still happening. So
yeah.
Taco Man could get like 12 seasons. I think we could get 12 seasons out of the Taco Man. That's a compelling, multi-layered, deep story. So
Do y'all know how many episodes will be in a season?
I don't think they've announced it, but I
Like-
mean, at least 6 to 8. I'm thinking at least.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
'cause
read
I'm
8.
guessing like an hour, yeah, like 6 or 8, like an hour long kind of stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, depending on the show, there's, but it's like, well, they got enough material for about 6 episodes, but then they got to expand it out to 8, and it kind of dilutes the product.
Mm,
And you're like, okay, well, half of this is pretty good, half of it's just fluff.
yeah. Kind of like some of those Walking Dead episodes in the middle of that run were just so boring. Just nothing was happening, and
It's like filler. Yeah.
and they did that that trick where they had like 3 or 4 different stories happening at the same time, and one episode would be focusing on this storyline, but then you wouldn't hear any more about this storyline until 4 episodes later. So it's just, I forget, there's a term for that. I forget what it's called, but it was just infuriating.
I will say though, you know what's not diluted, Swaggy? Angry Orchard hard cider. Man.
100% pure.
I want
Amazing.
Jason to sell me NordVPN.
That'll be next. You'll see the
Yeah.
NordVPN Jason Universe ad, the Ridge Wallet Jason Universe ad, the
Blue
Raycon, Blue Chew, Raycon, you name it.
Blue Chew.
Got a limp machete, and it's just
Yeah.
it writes itself.
It does, really, yeah.
The kid.
He pops the Blue Chew, follows it with a big bottle of hard cider. That machete goes harder and thicker than it's ever been.
There you go.
I don't know. I got a little hope for it, especially with if I'm not a big fanboy with A24. I do like their films, but the fact that they're involved still to some extent, I think is somewhat promising as well. So there's some signs there that say that even though this is extremely risky, what they're doing, that there is a chance that they could pull it off. So that's what I'm going to focus on.
Yeah. I mean, it could always be Blumhouse.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Could always be Blumhouse. So those are all the topics I had on the docket. Do you guys want anything else on your all's minds tonight?
I posted it in the chat. Did anybody see the trailer for Ick? It looks like a lot of fun. It's a Fathom event, so I don't know how wide it'll be, but Brandon Routh of all people, and it looks like a really fun horror comedy. So
Okay.
You
I'm
got
probably
Brandon
more
Routh,
exciting than that than the Marvel stuff.
and
Yeah.
you've got the legendary Jeff Fahey in there.
Yes. It doesn't get any better than that.
Jeff Fahey. I was actually, oh my God. Dan, you posted those shirts for Jeff Fahey, right?
Teespring did not like those shirts.
Well, like a couple of days later, I went to talk to Jeremy. He had a horror book opened right up to Psycho 4, and there's a big picture of Jeff Fahey there on the page. Or no, it's Psycho 3, not 4. Psycho 3.
Yeah, with the lamp over the
Big picture, like it's a whole page picture of just Jeff Fahey. And I laughed a little bit because I was like, Jeremy loves the Fahey. So
I talked to Todd. I was like, we have got to send him a Gahey for Fahey shirt and just see. I'm sure we would just get a restraining order, but
But then you get to frame the restraining order.
there you go. Pull this immediately.
I'm sure he's got
signed the restraining order.
I'm sure he's got a sense of humor. He'd post a picture of it, be like, hey,
He might.
that'd be fun.
That's very catchy. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Okay, Nico, what's your Friday the 13th pitch?
I think was it the college years? No, that was somebody else.
Oh, was it?
No, that's
I
somebody
think-
else. That's somebody else.
Remind me what your pitch was, Nico. I'm sure it's a good one.
Yeah, I thought about what if they did like a Thorn kind of thing where the mom is on the run from some cult or something like that, and she's in hiding. So that's why she's at the camp. She's kind of off the grid. But that's kind of copying what another franchise did, I guess, in a way. But
didn't they also sort of do something like that with Goes to Hell with the weird kind of like worm thing? Like it's like, oh, it's possessing different people.
Oh, the body jumping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this is my buddy Gabe sent me this, and it's probably total bullcrap. But there was like this hush hush. But we're hearing rumblings of a Michael versus Freddy movie that is in development. And I was like, that can't be true. That can't be real. That's got to be BS. No way. No way.
Like which Michael? Like Rob Zombie's Michael, or
the best Michael?
Just a guy in a white mask versus Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was probably just like some clickbaity stuff or whatever. But I took one look and I was like, this can't be real. No way.
If they did that in like a super campy way and they just know it's ridiculous, that could maybe be fun. But
well, I feel like they kind of did that with Freddy versus Jason already.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
Two silent killers. It's kind of tough. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
Friday
point.
the 13th floor, a high-end condo, high-rise built on Camp Crystal. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Have the, you've got the like the mayor from Jaws doesn't care about people go missing in the woods all the time. Who cares? You're going to pay me how much to build the condo there? Pff, go for it. I think that could be great. I think the 13th, Friday the 13th should be Jason victorious. It should be Jason as the hero. Jason reclaiming his Camp Crystal Lake from these shady, greedy developers. Jason takes him out. Then he goes into town to the mayor's house, guts the wife, cuts off the mayor's head. He turns around and the mayor's daughter's standing there. And she goes, "Thank you." Jason turns around, walks back into his woods. Boom. Jason victorious. That should be the 13th, Friday the 13th. Jason is the hero.
So what you're saying is the rated R version of the third act of Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yes. I love that. That's how I'll pitch it. It's kind of like Friday the 13th meets Ernest Goes to Camp.
Mm-hmm.
That would sell.
These greedy developers just show up out of nowhere.
Exactly.
Let's just put John Cena in a Jason movie, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Ernest Goes to Camp too. God, that's such a fun movie. No, Lord Brian, they're actually making a Halloween television series, or that was the last thing I heard. That was a long time ago. I don't know if it's still happening or not, but that was the plan, to take Michael to the small screen.
Yeah, we've heard less about that than Jason.
Yeah, we've not heard anything about that in a long time. So I don't know if that's still happening or not.
I'm fine if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Be
I think
disappointed.
Blumhouse gave it the kiss of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're planning to do some more trivia videos sometime soon, Tony. So, yeah. Jeremy wants revenge. I think I won the last one. So Jeremy wants revenge. He wants sweet revenge.
Killing.
Yeah, killing everybody. Thank you, Crimson Ghost, for the $4.99. A friend of mine is a producer in Hollywood. Got inside info. Peter Jackson and Adam Goldberg are co-producing a series for Dead Alive to be released in 2026. Is that right? A series for Dead Alive. Interesting. I just want Dead Alive on 4K. Why can't we get that?
Yeah.
You know?
I did hear that there was going to be possibly a series about young Frankenstein.
Yes, I think they're calling it
Mel
young
Young Frankenstein, yeah.
Yeah. Thought that was pretty interesting.
And we're getting Spaceballs too.
Yeah, exactly. We finally find the search for more money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mel Brooks will be, I believe, almost, if not 100 years old when that comes out.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's wild
Jesus.
to me.
But is Bill Pullman going to be in it, or Bill Pullman's
Yes.
son, who looks a lot like Bill Pullman?
I believe Bill Pullman, the original, will be in
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Daphne Zuniga.
I don't know. I think Bill Pullman and Rick Moranis are confirmed, are they not?
Okay.
I think.
I do think though Bill Pullman's son is going to be in it too. I think both of them are going to be in it.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, that would make sense because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense. I think like the Schwartz has been passed on, and but
The hero's journey.
exactly. I do want to see Rick Moranis in the giant helmet one more time.
Yeah,
You know?
that's cool.
So maybe we'll have like a goofy Kylo Ren in it too. Like maybe I don't know who'd be a good goofy Kylo Ren, like Michael Cera or something is goofy Kylo Ren. Be funny. Both Pullmans are in Spaceballs too, says Nico.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes too. John Astin's back in that, and he's 95.
Yes, he
He's
is.
old.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and somebody in the chat mentioned earlier there's the new there's a new Toxic Avenger trailer. I've not checked it out yet, but the one that I did see I liked. I mean, I think it looks like it might be a lot of fun. So have we got a release date on that one yet? We do, don't we?
August, I believe.
Okay.
It's soon. It's coming out soon.
They're keeping it not is unrated or NC-17?
It's I thought unrated, but I don't believe it's going to be cut. And Todd's a huge trauma guy, and it is Todd approved, so I have high hopes.
Okay. So let's see here.
Yeah, to fully experience that movie, you got to go unrated.
Like, I wonder, I mean, I know for a long time theaters wouldn't even carry unrated movies, but all those Terrifier movies are unrated, right?
Yeah.
They carry those, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think that's kind of over with now. I think
okay.
they probably will.
Okay. That'd be so funny to see the new Toxic Avenger movie in the theater. And I know Jeremy'd like it. If there's over the top gore and killings, he's gonna love it. So
Yeah. Todd at Flesh Wound, he's got a high bar for that. He's seen it twice and said it is amazing. So I'm excited. He won't tell me anything about it, but I am excited.
Looks like August 29.
he doesn't want to spoil anything. That's a good friend. He doesn't want to spoil anything. We did do a video on the Beetlejuice Fanta last year, Suede. So that one's on the channel. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else on your minds? Dean, what's on your mind?
Nothing. I was just looking at that last comment. So the Toxic Avengers made by the same people who did the Terrifier. Is that the case?
They're making everything these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're making everything.
Oh, I did see. Speak of Terrifier, I'm sure Dan is already aware of this. Of course, it looks like Rhea Ripley wants to be in the next Terrifier.
Yeah, she's been campaigning for it, which would be a good idea to put her in there.
Or would be.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up,
Howdy,
Jonathan?
boys.
Hello.
What up, Jonathan?
How you doing,
Sorry
buddy?
I'm late. I'm good. How are y'all?
All good. All good. Oh, well, speaking of wrestling, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I'll get your take on this. Wherever the WWE, are they in Dubai now? Where they're
Saudi
Oh, that's the
Arabia.
next paper.
Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's footage of this little kid runs up to CM Punk with his arms outstretched,
Oh.
and CM Punk just goes. So he's been getting some flack online for that, but a lot of people are supporting him too. Like, just don't run up to him with your arms outstretched, even if you're a little kid.
I have a really good joke about that, but this is your channel.
Yeah.
Well,
think
yeah,
was thinking-
I know where you're going with that one.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought that was kind of like he like Punk was like kind of like right next to Randy Orton, and people were saying like, well, he's lucky he didn't run up to Randy Orton or he would have got RKO'd. But Punk's just like, just get out of the way, kid. So I don't know. I mean, was he in character? Was this all part of the show?
Work?
Was it a work? Yeah.
I mean, he's a baby face. Yeah. It's a baby face. He could have thought it was a run-in. Like, I'm not trusting that little kid. I don't know what he's up to.
Well, he did. He was holding what could have been perceived as a foreign object. He was holding his phone. So,
if you ever been hit with an iPhone, it'll do some damage.
Those things are damn big. They're like bricks now, too.
Yeah.
I dropped mine on my toe the other night. Got a huge bruise on it. So, I mean, it's no joke, man.
There you
Things
go.
are killers.
Yeah.
Killers.
Kudos for flying out there right now.
Chris, how do you feel about CM Punk swatting the little kid away?
I don't know. I think it's fine. I mean, it makes sense for Punk to do that. He's like, I hate, being over here. As well as, but I don't know. I feel like it's more in line for current Cena character because he is a heel. He's going to be a heel till I think he drops the belt at the end of his run.
Yeah, but like his shtick is being a nice guy, though. Like outside of his wrestling character, John Cena is just a big old teddy bear.
Oh no, he is. But I don't know. Like I don't know if it's a work or if it's an accident or just he is like, hey, somebody's running at me, kind of freaking out.
It'd be better if he kicked him.
That'd be funnier.
But this was Punk, not Cena. This was Punk.
Oh, it's Punk. Oh, okay.
Punk. Yeah.
Well, like the thing is, if it's Punk, this makes even more sense because he's used to working with children. So you just fucking swats the kid away.
The ultimate turn. Yeah.
I
don't know. Jack Perry was sneaking up on him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jack Perry's pretty small. He might have thought that was.
Yeah, he
Jack
is.
Perry.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, Jack Perry, coming back.
He wants revenge.
That would be great. Next time Punk sees Jack Perry, like stop him and sign an autograph for him, and then like just like, there you go, kid.
Against his cheek.
Working on a great beard there, kid. Keep it up.
It is an adorable little beard he's got, isn't it?
Horman wants to know: are you guys planning on a convention get together next year? We'd like to join in and make it our big convention event next year.
I'm the furniture at Full Moon, buddy. I'm just there. So
yeah. They announced the dates for Full Moon next year today. As a matter of fact, let me pull those up here.
Okay.
I think it's a year to date. Actually, hold on. June 26th, 27th, and 28th. They're expanding. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's FrankenCon. I'm sorry. Crap, my bad. I think Full Moon has already too, but that was FrankenCon. My bad. Nope, they've not announced the dates yet.
It should be earlier in April because it's all around like the moon. So the first full moon in April, that's the weekend it'll be. But it's also Easter.
Yeah. So that's, and Orman, you should, man. That's such a great con, such a fun time. So if you're planning on doing one next year, that's the one to mark your calendar for when they announce it. So
we're bringing it back, going to cons to hang out with your buddies and have stuff.
Yes.
Bringing it back.
That's right. And we got to have plenty of these.
Oh, Chongo delivery.
Thank you, sir. Lots of chongos.
deliveries.
Yes. Yes. So
Poolside chongos.
exactly. That was living right there, man. So
No one swam.
who?
Nobody
one
swam.
No one's
Nobody
no.
swam.
You're not supposed to drink and swim. That's the thing. So
I'll be fine. I'll just walk around the pool. It's fine.
yeah, it's just like nine
Yeah.
feet deep. He's fine.
Chris didn't want to get his ankles wet,
Yeah, exactly.
Do a
So there-
wager. Maybe somebody's just got to jump in. Rules be damned. Somebody's got to jump in.
Mhm.
We really, we could really just shoot it like an animal party thing and just like tell people that it was insane and just get the legend of this thing growing. There's just one photo of somebody like in the pool with a couch.
Swaggy, I'm looking at you for that next year, man.
There you go.
Hey, man, I have a blast with it. Especially meeting all of y'all. That's really the best part of it is hanging out with y'all.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Good
that's what we're doing, man. We're gonna make it cool to hang out with people at Hoarder Cons again.
I want Jeffrey Combs to be booked so Piz can apologize.
Yeah,
to
I need to make a public apology to Jeffrey Combs. I really do. At Fanatics this past weekend, Cena got mad at some dude recording him, but then came back a few minutes later to apologize. Surprised he didn't keep up the heel character. Well, I mean, I think Cena's got that earnest blood in him. He just can't, he can't be bad.
I'm coming around on an Ernest revival with John Cena. Just
Oh, yeah.
jacked Ernest. Ernest goes to the strongman competition or something.
There you go. Yeah.
Ernest goes to the gym.
Ernest saves Gold's Gym.
There you go.
Here,
You give him rim
you do this-
shot.
You can also do this and revive an old series at the same time. Ernest goes over the top.
Yes.
Hang on.
I love that.
Did you see that they just released
Copyright that.
they just released a trailer for a Ernest documentary? I think it was
Oh, I'm
yesterday.
gonna cry like a
That's
small
what's being
child
Ernest, yeah.
when I watch that. He's Kentucky royalty, you know.
He is.
Mhm.
He is.
Oh,
He's
really?
the best that we had to offer. And it was damn good.
Every time I'm in Lexington with Jeremy, I'm like, we got to go by the grave. We got to go by the grave. But then we never do it. So
Honestly, I've thought about it a couple times, but it's a little depressing. Ernest was like Pee Wee for me as a kid. Like how some people have this affinity for Pee Wee. Screw Pee Wee. I had Ernest.
I agree. Yeah,
Oh, same.
same. My mom wouldn't let me watch Pee Wee. She was like, there's
He's
just
a
something not
pervert.
right about him. And she knew. She knew.
No, but Ernest was just like doing commercials for like your local like mom and pop restaurant or something around here. So.
Jonathan, when are the Spirit Halloweens opening this year?
I don't know if I'm going to do that this year, but it's usually they usually call me in July, so
Okay.
we'll find out. They start opening at the end of July, early August. They're not doing this. I do know this. They're every year in July they open the first store in Egg Harbor, New Jersey, and it has everything in it. It's a big thing. Due to supply chain issues, they cannot do that this year, and that's like a big thing that they like. All the district managers get flown into New Jersey for that. Like, not gonna be able to do it. So, I don't know what like new stuff's gonna look like this year.
Yeah, I heard that they're not gonna. They delayed the opening of like the main hub there in Jersey. So, you know what, Orc? I agree. That is Barack Obama's fault, 100%. Yeah, thanks. Another thing you ruined, Barack. You ruined our insurance. You ruined the border, and you ruined Spirit Halloween. Thanks, pal. Jeez.
A reminder though, if anybody's looking for anything Spirit Halloween related, they sell almost all of it at Spencer's all year long. So don't get too wrapped up.
Yeah. Oh, Brian's gonna try and make it to the next full moon. There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Show Brian how a real man smokes marijuana. Them New York boys, they just ain't got it like we got it down here, you know.
That's true. That's true. Well, Jonathan, you weren't here for the beginning. Have you seen any good movies lately? Anything you want to recommend?
I just came back from making 2.0.
What'd you think?
Honestly, it's a good action movie. I was getting for real T2 vibes.
That's what Dan
I
said.
was saying.
T2 with pop music.
It's pretty much that story. Like,
Yeah, I don't watch trailers, but I actually saw that trailer, and it was like they have to bring Megan back and make improvements to battle another.
a way scarier one.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Oh yeah. There's like a
Like-
Skynet stand-in. It's Xerox, the copying machine company. And
Well, Jeremy wants to watch it, so we may go watch it this weekend. I don't know.
it's completely serviceable. I didn't find fault with it. It's better than average.
Did you see 28 Years Later?
Not yet. I'm gonna do that by myself. This was like a family
Okay.
I may try to sneak out this weekend and do that.
Yeah. Definitely not for the kids. Don't bring the kids along to 28 years later.
No. Different kind of helicopter zombie.
Weapons. Though they played the trailer for that in front of Megan. That may be my most anticipated movie of the year.
That looks good.
Oh, yeah, that does look good.
It looks good from just about every angle.
Now, what is that? I've avoided the trailers. Oh, August 8th. So we're getting close.
It's probably safe to watch the trailers that are out for that because I still don't really know what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I
They've
didn't
done a
even
good
know.
job.
I just now discovered that Josh Brolin is in it. So
Yeah.
Okay. Weapons.
Yeah, how does the second trailer? Does it still look as promising with that one?
Yeah, it still looks great, and I still don't really understand what it is.
Okay.
That's
Just-
good.
That's cool. Yeah, because I looked at the first trailer. I need to look at the second trailer now.
That's good.
Yeah, the teaser got me intrigued. I was really excited for it. I'm like, I'm gonna avoid all trailers, and then I went to see something, and halfway through the weapons trailer, I'm like, thinking this is weapons. What the
It
hell?
seems like, well, not only does I feel like 2025 is a big year for theatrical movies. Forget horror. Like, I'm finding myself at the theater way more this year than the past 5 years. So, and I feel like they're also getting better with the trailers. They're not just here's the entire movie, here's the cliff notes in 3 minutes.
Exactly.
They're starting to go back to a little mystery. I think we need to bring the guy that explains what's happening back. I know Don LaFontaine is long dead, but the idea of somebody just like outlining the story for you a bit in the trailer still needs to happen.
Great observation. I love that voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Would that have saved Speak No Evil?
Speak No Evil?
Let's say, would that the announcer guy, would that have saved Speak No Evil?
Oh no, they can only do so much. You know?
He's not a miracle worker.
No,
Yeah.
but maybe we'd know what was going on.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
Oh, one thing I wanted to mention. Did you see some bad news about was it AMC? Did you see that they're like expanding their commercial?
Oh yeah.
Well, they've actually added. I didn't see, but I saw a post that they've, like on their website, they're just saying like expect 25 to 30 minutes of pre-roll before the movie starts.
People are just gonna start coming 30 minutes after. I mean, that's
I will.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the science seating.
I was going to say, yeah, so that actually happened. So I went to go see when they had the Daft Punk anniversary kind of movie in theaters. People got there late expecting the commercials, but there was no commercials. People like walked in halfway to the fucking movie.
This could all be solved
screenings
with
don't
like,
have it necessarily. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could all be solved with something weird like I don't know, start time.
Mhm.
What is this?
Start time. I think that's what they call it.
Well, I'm on AMC's website right now, and if you click on there's a little question mark next to the run times. It says, please allow 25 to 30 extra minutes for trailers and additional content before the movie starts. And honestly, 25 to 30 minutes is probably on the low end, to be honest. But yeah, at least they're being upfront about it. I mean, I guess that's cool. But so basically, they're telling you, this movie starts at 8 p.m. Don't be there until at least 8:20, 8:25. So,
Which is funny because they want you to buy food, but that just invites you to get food somewhere else before you go to the movie.
Exactly. Maybe you don't want to spend $17 on that pizza, on that personal pizza.
yeah.
You're gonna have Temu Jason greeting you on the way out, trying to sell you NordVPN. It's coming.
Is your personal data protected? Well, Jason talks.
You
Jason
just-
Only when I'm
Universe.
deathly serious about something.
Go to jasonuniverse.nordvpn.com. Thank you, Tony Movie Chappie, for the $4.99. Appreciate that. What was the real reason why we didn't get a sequel to the Friday the 13th, 2009 remake before the lawsuit happened back in 2018? The movie made money. I mean, that's a good question. It just mismanagement. I think would just be the only real answer. We almost got one. It just fell through It just fell through.
We almost got that horrible found footage idea. You remember that? Like
Yep.
a camera was stuck to his face or something. Oh God.
That was an idea they kicked around, and they were going to do the prequel idea with Mrs. Voorhees, and then that fell through, and then it was just in limbo for years, and then the lawsuit happened, and it's still in limbo. Or well, it was in limbo for years and years on. So there you go.
Is that Platinum Dunes? I think
Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay's company. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I actually kind of like that remake. I thought that was okay. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I would say it's better than okay.
You just like all the naked chicks, Swaggy. Come on.
Well, that's a staple in that genre.
That's all.
So.
When you think of Friday the 13th, you just think of Willa Ford under that pier. You think of the nipple placement on that one girl. That's all you think about, man. Come on.
Who was the good looking? He was like an asshole to everybody. What was his character's name? Trent.
Trent. Was it Trent?
Yeah, that's what I think. So
right,
it was like he had a girlfriend, but then he cheated on his girlfriend while she was there, and he was mean to everybody. It was just like, why would you ever hang out with this dude?
Because he had a lake house.
He's got a
You don't
cool lake
remember
house.
that guy? Do you not remember that guy in school? Everybody went to school with him. His parents were rich. Like they would just like let you do whatever. Yeah. There's a case for why they're hanging out with Trent.
Yeah.
Trent, that's right.
Hey, what did you say? Like, you have stupendous boobs or something like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, your boobs are stupendous.
Like,
I'm gonna act like
the
I've
one
never said
guy's-
anything that dumb. I've said worse.
One guy's like looking for his lost sister, and he just like blows him off. He's like, "Get out of here!" You know. And
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mouthing off to that gigantic asshole too. Like that dude is huge. Jensen, it's not Jensen. Is it Jared Padalecki? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He is giant.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
That's Walker, Texas Ranger. You don't just pop off to him.
What's up, Nick? How you doing, man? Thank you. I hope the theaters add more Maria Menounos. That is
Or
heresy.
get her to record a second bit. My
Yeah.
I know, right?
like, can you just get Nicole to do something else? Like, give me some jumping jacks or something. I mean,
Jeez, I know. God.
Instead, it's like fat shaming the audience for eating their food. It's like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good thing I don't have an AMC near me. I feel bad about the popcorn buckets, but I also don't have to watch that commercial.
it's a lot when you go like 3 times a week. It's
Too much Nicole Kidman. That's why like the last 2 movies I went and saw, I went and watched at a little Ma and Pa theater. 2 trailers. The movie starts. Bada bing, bada boom. Like, those were the old days. So, anything else on your all's minds? Oh, go ahead, Swaggy.
I was going to say one thing that it's obviously changed a lot with the movie industry, but at one time going there and seeing trailers was a huge deal. Like that was like the first time you ever saw that this movie was going to come out, and that was like
no other way to see them.
Yeah.
Unless you just like they show it was like getting close to time for him to come out, and you saw it on TV.
It was like,
I don't
oh my
mind
God.
trailers. I just don't want like commercials that I see at home. That's like, I'll take the trailers. That's fine.
I do think 5 trailers is a bit much, though.
Yeah, I mean, keep it. Yeah, like I'm right there with Swaggy. Back in the day, I loved trailers. Like the more the merrier, because you didn't have the internet, you didn't know what was coming out till you saw the trailer. So
best part.
I love trailers, but now, like God, cut back on. Give me. I'll take 5. 5 is fine, but no commercials.
Yeah.
Keep it to 5. No commercials. I'm good.
Nothing's worse than the commercials that they make it look like a trailer. You're like,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's maddening.
and listen, if you don't know that there's M&Ms and Pepsi out in the lobby already, the 4th reminder, come on. We don't need that many reminders that there's M&Ms and Pepsi in the lobby. We
Yeah.
know. We know.
Just put
You know?
some banners up for it. I mean, yeah.
And whoever convinced the world that those M&Ms commercials are entertaining, execute that person, because they're not. Once you, after the millionth time, they are not fun, you know?
Mhm.
Oh, jeez. Tony, thank you for the $9.99. You rewatched Terminator Salvation. I think it's the best sequel since T2. And it's weird that it was hated at the time, but now gained a cult following. They should have continued with Salvation. I actually really like Terminator Salvation too. I think it's pretty solid. I never really got the hatred for that one. I think a lot of the hatred sprang from Christian Bale's meltdown on the set that got recorded.
It's like the only sequel that did something different besides Terminator. You know, like that was something different at least.
Yeah. So yeah, I like Salvation. Yeah.
Sarah Connor Chronicles is probably the best in terms since 2. I mean,
I forgot about that, but that was a good show.
Yeah. Writer's
Lena-
strike killed it, but
Lena Headey and I forget the actress who played the
Thomas Decker.
Well, the female Terminator.
Summer Glau.
Summers, yeah. Yeah, trailers were important. They aren't any. Well, I mean, I don't want to say they're not important. There's just too many, and they're too, you know, spoilery. So, what's up, Hillbilly King? Dan goes to the movie so much he could escape Scientology without them noticing, just from the AMC commercials.
Trying to wrap my head around that one, Orc. I hope so.
You can withstand the torture. You've listened to enough Murray Minutos.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
I see you. Oh, jeez.
She needs to do a nanny reboot.
Why haven't they approached her about a nanny reboot?
Makes
that
sense.
seems like she's tailor made for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony, for the $1.99. Could you see a Jaws remake in the future? No, not. I mean, I don't want to see a Jaws remake. I really
It'll
don't.
happen after Spielberg's gone, probably.
Yeah.
Jaws for a modern audience.
I don't want to see it though, because it's going to be all CGI, and it's just not going to be. I mean, it's just not going to. Yeah.
There's nothing to fix there. There's nothing to improve upon.
Oh,
You know.
No, not at all. All right, Nico, take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Well, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. We've been going for just over 2 hours. We've covered a number of different topics tonight. The Daily Ghost, where can we find you on social media, sir?
Let's see. Well, you can find me on my website, thedailyghost.com. I actually did a couple of videos recently. I did a commentary on my YouTube channel, which you can find through the website, for Poltergeist 3. And what was the other one? Oh, a little thing about Blair Witch, seeing that for the first time, that experience. So, yeah, I'm trying to do some more stuff. So, got a couple things up. Check it out.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. Swaggy G, where can we find you, sir?
I'm on Instagram, and that's Johns_cool_world. So check it out. I try to do a little bit of movie reviews on there. I try to watch a movie every day. So,
Do you want to plug your photography?
oh sure, yeah.
Go for it.
All right, so it's also on Instagram, and it's John JOHN .Galliano GAGLIANO .photography. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. It's mostly nature photography, but it's something different.
Yeah, cool.
Thank
Very
you.
cool. You're welcome. And if any ladies would like to pose for photographs with Swaggy, just hit him up. Yeah,
That's the next step in my photography career is live, models.
there you go. There you go. You could be his first. Go ahead and hit him up. Dan, where can we find you on social media?
Flesh Wound Features here on YouTube, and if you are a wrestling fan, check out our buddy Michael Kruger in Anaheim, California at the Doll Hut, July 11th at 7 p.m. He is going to be going for the Supreme Violence title against Carnage in the second ever Hellbound body bag match, where you have to set your opponent on fire in a body bag.
So you gotta put them in the bag and then set the bag on fire.
And then light the bag on fire. It's 21 and older. I'm privy to some things. This is gonna be a ugly one. So come on out.
Wow. So could Kruger be permanently disfigured after this match?
Kruger's got third-degree burns on his back and shoulders, so he's used to it. But yeah, I'm Carnage is no joke. So this is going to be a violent match. But I think Kruger's going to get the big one.
Wow. Dean, where can we find you on social media? Do you have a social media preference?
Yeah, actually, I tend to lean towards X. I'm on Facebook as well under my full name, Dean Cavan, but on X, it's Dean C850809, and just bring some color glasses because I can get pretty colorful on there.
Okay, interesting. Oh, or Swaggy, you've got an 18-year-old female from Florida who's wanting to pose for you.
Oh, there you go.
So there's your first model right there, man.
Oh man, no, not going near it.
I mean, all right, doesn't like them Florida girls, I guess. Chris, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me mainly on X at Bonus Pretzel, but typically I have to wait for like 30 minutes of commercials before my page loads first. So just give it some time.
Okay, all right, very cool. Jonathan, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram at bombastic_reviews. But I did want to say one thing real quick. Swaggy, don't sell yourself short on the photography. Swaggy is the preeminent male genitalia photographer in the Southeast. Be proud of your work. I mean, you know what I mean? Just don't be so humble.
And each one comes with a
Funny
free
guy.
rating.
Not just on men, just things that look like male genitalia as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's, art comes in many different forms.
That's
okay?
true.
In your case, your thumb's hanging with two balls and a spoon like chat.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy.
Funny guy, Mr. Benda.
So for all your scrotal picture needs.
There you go. I have got a 4th of July stream planned with Jeremy on the 4th of July at 1 p.m. So mark your calendars for that one. I've got, I'm going to be announcing my next Bloodstream guest here very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be exciting. And yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Let me do some shout outs here before we call it a night. We got Orc in the chat. We got Tony. We got Matt here hanging out with us tonight. Hillbilly King was here with us. Tyler, Brian Trash, Big Ideas 3, Bog Zombie, Nick Harrison, our old pal Nico. Let's see. Norless Tapes was here with us tonight as well. Let's see who else. We had DJ, Mr. Joel was hanging out with us tonight. And that is as high as I can go on the chat. A couple other shout outs real quick. Thank you to Nico for the $10 super chat. Appreciate that, sir. Crimson Ghost 75, thank you for the $4.99. And Tony Movie Chappie D9, thank you for the $4.99 and the $9.99 super chats. Very generous of all you. Appreciate that. And thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, shooting the bull. It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys for being patrons, and thank you guys for taking the time out to shoot the bull with me.
Yeah, thanks, Biz.
That's all.
Mhm.
And yeah, again, to everybody who tuned in, thank y'all. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.